and welcome to Talks with Shay. So, today I would like to begin with reading from Hebrews chapter 12 and verse 1. And it says, Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doeth so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. So, today, for part three of parenting, I would like to talk to you about no regrets. So, welcome. Today we have with us Miss Allison Chevalier. Hi, Allison.
Hi.
Thank you for joining Talks with Shay today. And so today's topic, we'll be talking with Allison and hearing her story about what life was like growing up in a single parent home. And now she's having the privilege of raising her newborn baby with her and her husband. So tell us a little bit about what life was like growing up in a single parent home.
It was different. I just had my mom. My mom did everything. My father died when I was 12, and I mean he wasn't there anyway in our household
Right.
growing up. But it was different. I think as a child, I think that's why I was so attached
To
to
your
my mom.
mom. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I was attached bad until I was like 13.
Wow.
It was yeah.
So what that attachment look like? Like sleeping in the bed with mama? Like can't go
Yes.
nowhere without your mama?
My mom said I had to go into the bathroom with her. It was that bad. I would hold on
Okay.
to her skirt
Wow.
everywhere she went.
Okay.
So even she said that, she thinks it's because I didn't have, a father figure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But even though like so how many siblings were was in the home with you?
Four.
It was four of y'all. So you
Yes.
had how many boys and girls?
One girl and two boys.
So you were the only girl?
No,
One
my
other
sister.
okay.
Yeah.
So two girls
Two
and
girls
two boys.
and two boys.
Okay.
Other than me.
My bad.
That's my bad.
Our bad. So anyway, so two and 2
Mm-hmm.
were you and your other siblings as close to your mom as you were?
No.
No.
It was me, the baby, and I'm the
That's
baby.
what I was about to ask. So you the baby. Okay. So did you see like with a father figure in the home, some things can be so different. I know sometimes people say stuff like, yeah, I'm the mama and the daddy. That work on my nerve when people say that because I be like, you're a woman, you cannot be a daddy. So there's certain things that a dad need to do that a mom can't do. When you look back as an adult, what do you see that like maybe possibly lacked with that male figure in your life growing up?
Compared to my husband and I right
Correct. Yeah.
now.
Or maybe just in general.
I do see that for me, I'm more like I want to be more in control
Mm-hmm.
because I have seen that.
Yeah.
But I'm learning how to take a step back and like, no, let him do it.
Yeah.
Give him a chance to do it. Give him a chance to be with her because I'm more like, oh, I can do it. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have to do that.
Right.
But me growing up and seeing that, I'm thinking in my head like, oh, that's what I got to do. I got to carry it all, but I don't.
Right. Wow.
So
That is so true though,
it's true.
because that's all you saw. Mama did everything. Mama cooked, mama cleaned, mama probably cut the grass or the boys until they was older. Mama did everything.
She did.
And then it's almost like you have to reprogram your mind to allow him to be a father to your baby, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I like that because that is true. I grew up with my grandmother. When I moved with my grandmother and grandfather were together, but they slept in separate rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like okay, and then they divorced. But so I seen her have to do a lot of things on her own too. And so when I think back, even would you say? I know you say your dad died at like you were 12. You said
Mm-hmm.
years old. So what do you feel in that short time frame of even knowing your dad? Did you learn certain things from him?
No,
No,
he was really never around.
he wasn't around.
No.
Would you say how did growing up with just your mom, because a lot of times I could say for me I didn't have that male figure in my life, so like I didn't know how to pick guys like
Mm-hmm.
growing up. I suffer with a lot of low self-esteem. So it was like, oh, if this man want me, then I gotta have him. I gotta let him have me because nobody else gonna want me, stuff like that. Did you struggle in that area with relationships with guys, or you did not?
Ooh, that's a good one. I think it was the opposite for me.
Okay.
I think I moreover felt like I really didn't need a man.
Okay.
Like, it's so funny because I would tell my friends, I would be like, y'all can just call me Paula.
Who is Paula?
Paul.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I would be like, y'all can call me Paul because I'm going to just, be about my business. I'm never going to marry anybody. And I always say that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what do you think it was because mom did everything?
I think so.
Okay. You see how life goes though?
It's
like
crazy.
Everybody perspective and what we take, with how we've been raised is so weird. Just not say weird, but it's just how uniquely we different, right? And so now you're having this privilege of raising your baby. How old is she now?
6 months.
Adorable. She love me, y'all, by
She
the way.
does.
But and now looking at it, what a blessing is that, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It really is.
And to have her raised in a 2-parent home.
Yes.
I know you're thankful.
Yes.
And allowing him to be able to help out, and I'm sure he's a big help.
He is.
He is. So when you think back to even, do it make you feel like there was certain things in your life that was possibly missing, or because you didn't have a dad, or you feel like, you know what, mama did a really good job and I turned out to be okay?
I mean, I think both.
Yeah.
Because my mom really did a good job with us. But also, I wish I knew how that felt.
Yes.
I'm like, if I see someone else with their dad have a close relationship, I don't know that. I don't know how that feels.
Yes.
When I got married, my brother walked me down.
Right.
So,
brother.
So when I see, that's
Yes.
something that I see. When I see brides and their dads, I kind of feel a little,
Yes.
I wish I had that.
Yeah.
Daddy-daughter dance.
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
Right.
So.
And then with him even passing too,
Yeah.
so I'm sure if he would have been living, he probably would have walked you down the aisle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's kind of painful. I think like sometimes for me, I remember when I had my hysterectomy, however many years ago that's how it was for me. Like, and I worked for the state for so long, seeing people having to take children from them and stuff, and then to find out years later I can't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard, seeing pregnant women, and I'm like, God, you giving them children, they're not taking care of their children. Here I am, I can't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
Baby showers were hard for me for a long time. Watching television shows with pregnant women sometimes was even hard. So I can understand how hard that can be. Like, you're like, because your dad wasn't able to walk you down. She made a beautiful bride, and stuff. But I'm sure there's no regrets, looking back, you appreciate your mom and everything that she did.
I do.
So if you had to today encourage somebody because maybe they were in your situation where they grew up in a single parent home, and whether they are still single now raising kids or have, a partner, husband or whatever, what advice would you tell them to encourage them today that, because your situation turned out fine, it really did. That's a blessing in itself, because you didn't turn out to be like lacking in a sense, that male figure in a sense, you know what I mean? So what would you say somebody takeaway today would be?
I would say just trust God in all things.
Yeah.
That we can't change our background, we can't change where we come from, we can't change how we were raised, but what we can change is how we continue our future. And that's what I would say.
I like that. That is so true.
Because sometimes we want to, I don't know, as adults, sometimes it's hard for us not to live in our pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just say to just grow from it. Even though some things hurt, just grow from it and learn from it and keep moving.
I like that,
That's
girl. I like that. That's some good advice right there. I like that, because I can relate to that. Sometimes it's hard to move past the past and we want to change things that's happened, it's gone. We can't do anything about it. Living in regret or what ifs.
Yeah.
Why live in a what if state of mind when there's nothing that you can do about it?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being with us today. I appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Is that 10 minutes?
Yeah. She's hilarious. Well, thank you for joining with us. We appreciate you so much, Allison. Thank you. So before I go, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, check out my website at www.talkswithshay.org. You can subscribe to my videos on YouTube and find me on Facebook. Like my page, share my page, invite your friends to like my page. And until next time with Talks with Shay, Shay is out. Y'all stay blessed.